Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're at the Shelby Museum and I'm going to walk around and show you some of these cars. But while I do it, I want to get into some comments and some misunderstandings that were in the video that me and Stacey did on how most Americans are broke. And they absolutely are. Hey, there's Dan allegedly creeping on me. So I had a comment saying it's easy to talk about money when you have money. It's pretty much to the tune, I'm glad you made $1 million out of your welding truck. It's easy to talk like this when, in 10 years you can do that. Well, understand it was way less than 10 years. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm talking about money because I want you guys to be not part of the problem. I don't do this to brag at all. None of that. We don't sell gold and silver to get rich. Stacey is a broker for Miles Franklin, but that's one of those business decisions that I made a long time ago. I want to be involved with real money as the currency is collapsing. It's that simple. That's why we try to provide the best price. That's why I say get 3 bids. I don't care where you get it, but I'm going to be involved in it. And we're going to do people a good service, just like my welding business. I started welding. The first thing I said was, what pays the most in welding? Well, underwater welding pays the most. That's the one I went for. The one that pays the most money. It turns out underwater welders can't get life insurance, is what I was told by my welding teacher. But the next thing was rig welding, so that's what I set my sights on, was rig welding. So a lot of people don't have, I guess they don't have that mindset to really reach for the stars and go for it. Don't do the minimum, if you know what I mean. And a lot of people do, and for some reason it puts me in mind of thinking of school teachers and how they're, and this is going to hurt some feelings. If you sign up to be a teacher, a school teacher, and that's all you plan on doing, you're going to be so close to the poverty line it's unreal. The system takes advantage of the people that feel led to teach, that have that drive to teach the younger children. The system knows they have that drive and they will pay them nothing. And it's really sickening. And it's the same with police officers too. I've said this forever. If you pay the police officers and teachers more, you will have better police officers and teachers, which means you'll have a better environment to live in, and you'll have smarter kids that'll get better jobs. It'll just be a good thing all the way around. But there's a lot of stuff in that comment. If you haven't seen the video, it's called "Most Americans Are Broke." Go watch it and get in the comments, because it's very obvious to me the people that are lashing out, being passive aggressive, and that's the people that probably are not doing as well as some others. And I hate that, because that's not what the video is about, and I got a lot of people saying, you should listen to Dave Ramsey. And I resonate with some things Dave says, but I also know he says not to buy precious metals. During a currency collapse, he's telling his people and mocking them. I don't like how he talks to his audience either. I cannot stand rudeness in a man. I don't care if that's an act or not. I just don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Dave Ramsey, but he does have some good things to say, like credit cards, stay out of credit card debt, and buy used vehicles, and tie the obvious stuff that works for everybody. And that's pretty much what it is with all finances. It's really simple. It's not hard. And one thing I've noticed on this trip that was really incredible, I've met some very wealthy people. Every time we go somewhere, I meet some really successful, wealthy people. And most of the time, they're not driving the nicest cars. No, maybe all the time. And how they got there. I love the stories where, they came from nothing. They came from, they got the story like, I was driving a car and the steering wheel was shaking and the lifters were ticking, and I didn't know if I was going to make it to this meeting, and they did. And they really did whatever it took to get there. And that's exactly what I want to do. That is exactly what I want to do. And it was a little sketchy and scary getting into real estate for the first time. And I told Stacey when we were trying to do it and trying to get motivated to do it, and it was years, this was going on for years. I had this plan, I wanted to do it. And finally I said, I'm going to do it, and I don't even care if I lose money on the first property, because there is no failures. And we didn't do that great on the first property, to be honest with you. but I learned so much, so much. And after you take that initial, learning phase with any business you start, you're going to do twice as good on the next one, and then even better on the one after that. And now I have that skill. I have the bank set up. I have the knowledge. I know how to vet renters. I know what it takes to gut a house and some of the problems that'll go into that. Now, we have sold our rental properties, all but one, because that's just how I do things. I sell things when they're expensive. But just know there is no failures. There's only learning experiences, and this really brings back memories of my other business, the gym rat. Gym rat was I talked about it a little bit in the video the other day. It was a piece of workout equipment that I always wanted to build. I always wanted to do it. I had that in my mind. If I can picture it in my mind, I can put it in your hand. If I can mentally see it, I can beat on it until it looks like what I saw, and then I can fine tune it, and I can go outsource what I need to outsource, and actually build exactly what I had in my head. And I'll try to throw a picture of it right here. I've actually got about 10 of them left. I don't plan on making any more. There's only going to be about 12 on the planet, maybe 13 on the planet. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments. But that's something that I went for. Now, the business as a whole is a complete failure. It's okay. It's just too much work to make $500. That's the truth. And it was a ton of work too. And metal was expensive. And a lot of times people say, well, I can just go to Academy and buy one for $500. And you can, and it will be made in China, and you get what you pay for. And I thought I would make the nicest one the planet's ever seen. And it would be, your grandkids could use it. And I put a nice powder coat on it and put dip bars on it, and really, really did exactly what I wanted. And I'm so grateful I did. I'm so grateful, because what came from that failed business was this YouTube channel, was my welding channel, was my relationships with Dan and Ninja and several other people that I have in my life now. Jack with Nobody Special Finance, and Joe. It's just amazing how one failed thing can lead to so many good things. So the only failure that I can think of, and I was talking about this morning, is not going for it. Not going for it. Don't, just getting a job good enough so you can make your rent. So you can, that is not in the cards for me. I don't want to do that. Now, keep in mind, everybody has to do stuff like that in the beginning. I get it. There is nothing straightforward. You just have to do what you got to do, and I get that. But we can all live beneath our means. We can all hedge our wealth however you want. I don't care if it's precious metals. I don't care if you buy it from us. I don't care where you get it. But do something. Don't just be part of the problem and do the minimum and buy the dip, because that's the best. That's been the best way to do it for the last 40 or 50 years. Don't think we're going to be in prosperity from now on and forever, because that's never been the case, ever in history. Nothing has ever gone up forever and always been good. We're looking at some really societal problems. I mean, just look around. Kids aren't wanting to work. I can't imagine trying to hire people for a restaurant business, or a Starbucks type job, or a McDonald's type job. And those jobs are going away with AI as well. I mean, this problem is getting exacerbated by the people that don't want to work, this quiet quitting crap. But we're in this together, and it bothered me. A lot of those comments bothered me, because I could tell that a lot of people have a poverty mindset. They just have they're defeatist. And that's a big problem with a lot of the prepper community, honestly, in my opinion. I want to really crush it. I want to help everybody that wants to do it with me. That's what I want to do. I'm dead serious. I'm a lot like the Economic Ninja in that that brings me more joy than anything, is to help somebody. It's actually a selfish thing to help somebody because it does so much for you. You know, when you help somebody, it lifts you up so much. And when you guys reach out in the comments and you say, hey, I did this, or hey, I started a side hustle and it's really turning into something, that is the most ultimate motivation for me. I just want to keep going, keep going, keep doing it. There's nothing better than to help somebody. And I have people that are reaching out saying, hey, you know, I kind of got lax on my tithing. I'm tithing now. That's amazing. That has nothing to do with me. You cannot get away from that. You can't outgive God. It'll work. He says, test him. Test him. If it doesn't work, do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. He said it, not me. You know, that's just the way I see it. And that's the way I was raised. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for that. So, guys, have an awesome, awesome day. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I will see you in the next one. Hey, there's Dan right there. Later.